Yak bang, ơi, Phúc Mob Day. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. I'm over here on Dang Vang Ngo, one of the first streets I lived on here in Vietnam. And speaking of moving to Vietnam, I get a lot of questions about immigration, starting businesses here, and just how to live here in general. So I figured I would take today's lesson to talk about that. But of course, I'm not an expert on the matter. Therefore, I invited một khách mời đặc biệt, a very special guest who is a professional in these matters. And we're gonna ask him all the questions to answer your questions on how to come to Vietnam, how to live here, and how to grow and prosper here as well. Of course, I suggested to him we should come to the place where it all started, and this is Cam Tấm Bà Ghiền, right here, mọi người ơi. Now, this is a Michelin Guide restaurant. I knew it was gonna be on that level before it ever got the Michelin Guide. I knew it was on the level of that. So therefore, I've always recommended this to everybody. Chào anh. Phải không? And of course, my guest today said Cam Tấm was his favorite dish. So I had to show him this restaurant, let him know where the real Cam Tấm is. Everybody, I'd like to introduce Mr. Kenneth Young.
All right.
Pleasure to have you on today, sir.
Yeah, pleasure. Thank you.
Let's get some broken rice and get the interview started.
All right.
All right, guys, so first and foremost, I want to thank Ken for being on the channel. Ken, can you let us know a little bit about yourself and what you do here in Vietnam?
So my name's Ken Young. I'm a California licensed attorney for 15 years now. I have an office in the U.S., California. I came here in 2013 to set up the office in Vietnam. We have an office in Thailand 2016 and then Singapore 2019. So I really specialize in immigration. So helping foreigners come to Vietnam, open up companies, set up, get employees, work permits, immigration status, and really learn how to live, work, invest, and then possibly retire in Vietnam.
That's awesome.
That's my specialty area. The other side is I help Vietnamese get second citizenships all around the world, especially with the U.S. on the EB-5 immigration program, family sponsorships, and also student visas to the U.S.
And I think that's a really important question that I get on Instagram and YouTube all the time is, how can I come to Vietnam, not just to visit, but to live and live long term? You know, people want the way to do it, and I'm not the one to introduce it, which is why I'm really happy to have him here on the channel, because he's an expert in the field, and I'm sure we're gonna get some good answers today. So let's go ahead and order food, and then we'll move on to some other questions. One thing I wanna let you know, Ken, is that this place is near and dear to my heart. It's Michelin Guide now, but I used to live across the street. I got on the Travel Channel being here before, and I always knew it was great, but it seems that Michelin now agrees with me. So
yes. That's the legitimate stamp of the spot.
Yes, sir.
And I love Cam Tấm, so I'm looking forward to trying this spot while giving some legal advice.
I think you're gonna enjoy it. So again, let's start from the base. You know, if somebody wants to come to Vietnam, let's say an American citizen, they can't just walk right in the door, right? You have to have some kind of visa beforehand?
Yes, correct. So I always kind of divide it into a short-term visa, mid-term, and long-term. So let's say you're just coming here for tourism. We'll talk specific about Americans because most of our subscriber base are Americans. You can get an e-visa for 90 days.
Oh, it's 90 days.
You can apply online. Yeah, it used to be 30 days. It used to be 15 even. Now it's 90 days, so 3 months. E-visa online, you apply, and it takes about 7 to 10 days. You'll get it, print it out, and then you can fly.
Okay.
So that's a short-term tourist visa to come to Vietnam.
Yeah, Xuân Ngọc là đây, Xuân Chảo là đó.
All right, come on.
All right.
Yeah, we got to stop for important stuff.
Yes, exactly. We got the short ones out of the way, but now it's time for the big Xuân.
Wow, this is big Xuân.
This is as big as it gets, guys. You won't find Cam Tấm bigger than Cam Tấm Bà Ghiền here.
Yeah, this is the biggest Xuân I've seen. The only other one is Nguyễn Văn Cừ. But
yes. But this was actually cheaper than Nguyễn Văn Cừ, so. Yeah, I think that's the first concern of people is that, hey, I'm gonna come here. I wanna make sure everything's handled beforehand. So they go ahead and apply and get the e-visa online, and they're good for 90 days, correct?
Right. So that's short term. If they want something more mid-term, like a year, you can do the DT4 investor visa.
Oh, investor visa.
Which is roughly 140, up to 140,000 or 3 billion VND. They need to open up a business, be the legal rep, and they can get a 1 year renewable indefinitely. They just got to show that they've invested the money. They'll hire employees and have a business plan.
So you're telling me that a foreigner can actually own a business here in Vietnam without needing a Vietnamese partner?
Yes, that's correct.
Wow.
So there are a lot of industries that they can invest that are non-regulated, such as if you want to do a consulting company or you want to do digital content. That is actually a non-restricted area. So we work a lot with digital nomads as well, or content creators that don't have specific base that they can work here. So that's kind of like the midterm. If you want to do a longer term, there are a few ways to do it. One is
get a wife.
One is to get a wife.
Get a wife. But if not, then I'm sure you have some more options.
So you can, similar to what you did before as a teacher for a company, you can get a work permit based on a employment contract. That gives you 2 to 3 years. And then you can also get if you get married to a Vietnamese woman, just like the intelligent man here, Phúc Map, myself, and many others, then you can get what is called a TRC based on marriage to a Vietnamese citizen. So that's 2 to 3 years, pretty easy to prove. Marriage certificate in Vietnam, and then to show that you came in here legally, and that's it. As long as you continue to be married to that person, then you have 2 to 3 years.
That's the key. Stay married.
Stay married. Happy wife, happy life.
Exactly. Ken understands that as well as I do.
Then the other one you can do is a 5-year visa exemption. So if you show that you're doing business in and out of Vietnam, you can get a 5-year visa, 6 months at a time. And it's 5 years or based on the length of your passport. That's also a good way, but you can technically do work here. You can only come in and travel and meet family. And then finally, there's an investor visa with a higher investment amount. So they have different tiers. So 3 billion, 10 billion.
VND, correct?
VND.
Okay.
And then you have like $1 million and then $5 million. With the $5 million one, you can stay here for 5 years, even 10 years.
I'd hope so. You put that kind of money down, a lot more expensive than the e-visa, guys.
Yes. So that's the other way to invest long-term and stay here in Vietnam. So that's your short, medium, and long-term plans for living here in Vietnam.
Okay. Yeah. So I would love for you to try the pork and let me know your thoughts on the flavor. For me, guys, at this point in time, I have the 5-year visa exemption, being married to a Vietnamese citizen. And to me, that's very useful right now because I find myself traveling to America. I went to Qatar for a little bit, going around, and it's good to be able to go in and out as I please. Now that I don't teach English anymore, I don't have that temporary residence card, and I don't have an obligation to stay here. Before, I would only take 3 or 4 weeks off. I'd come back to work and keep teaching English, but now I can take as much time as I want because I'm not stuck to a certain job here, per se. So first thoughts on the pork.
Man, I have to change my mind.
I got you.
But I have to admit, so the pork is very juicy. The marinade is good. The thickness is not so thick that you can't get into it.
Exactly.
The nước mắm is important and it's good as well.
Try to break that egg yolk on there. That chung long dao.
Wow.
I'm telling you.
Huh? Oh, got the little.
I'm here changing minds, changing opinions, everyone. I bring people here for a reason. Yes, I know the owners now, and they're great people, and they've always been friendly to me. But I bring people here because, hey,
it's legit.
I want to make sure you have a good experience. And he told me his favorite food is cam tam. I said, I got an idea. Let's come here.
Thank you very much.
Of course. What would you say are some of the benefits of living in Vietnam long-term from your experience?
In order to live long-term here, for one to qualify, you do Vietnamese citizenship. And I know a lot, your audience are actually Vietnamese overseas who are looking to come here. You collaborate a lot with different Vietnamese American YouTubers and KOLs. So we actually have gotten over 200 Vietnamese passports for Vietnamese overseas who were born in Vietnam.
Remember that.
So if you have your birth certificate, some family members that can vouch for you in Vietnam, then we can get you a Vietnamese passport. And then after that, you'll get your căn cước công dân, right? Your national ID. We've done a lot of those, so for any of your audience that needs work on that, we'd be happy to help them. The benefits are you can open up a local company with no restrictions. You can open a bank account with no restrictions. As you know, as foreigners, as Americans, if they're willing to open up the bank account for you, they'll restrict you. You can't transfer money in and out. You can't transfer so much. You can't do full banking online. when the banking system is very good here and the super apps are great. Registration of homes, you can buy homes and you can buy properties, apartments.
What about land?
Land as well as a Vietnamese citizen. So you have all the bundle of rights of a Vietnamese citizen when you have your passport and your national ID.
And do you have to give up your U.S. citizenship in order to do that?
So no, so the U.S. law does not prohibit you from having multiple citizenships, and Vietnam law allows you to have multiple citizenships.
But yeah, I really appreciate the talk today. I feel like it gave us a lot of insight, myself included, on different routes for immigration, different routes how you can live here, because not everybody wants to get a Vietnamese wife. Not everybody can. That's fine as well. There are still other options. So guys, basically the point of this video is to help all of you. If you are interested in any of the options listed today, I'm going to put his contact down in the description. Make sure you check out his YouTube channel and email him and his company if you need help with any of these issues. Go through the link down in the description. I want to thank you so much for joining me today, Ken. Any last words for the audience?
Yes, this cơm tấm is bomb.
Yes.
I have to admit, I'm a cơm tấm lover. 10 years now. I even ate cơm tấm 30 days in a row. You know, I always love sharing my knowledge of law, collaborations with really cool people. Sometimes I sit in my office all the time. I don't get to go out and hang out. And my videos are very solo. So I really appreciate, one is you giving me a cultural experience of Vietnam that I myself, who's Vietnamese, have not experienced.
Awesome.
So I thank you for that, and also I thank you for allowing me to talk to your audience. Our goal is really to protect foreigners who come to Vietnam, want to do vacation, to live, to invest, do work, and retire in a safe, legally compliant way.
Exactly.
So thank you very much for having us, you know, talk to your audience.
My pleasure.
We'll be happy to help them out.
You know, guys, my whole goal here is to share positive aspects of Vietnam as much as I can up to my knowledge. And if I don't have knowledge on the subject, I'll collaborate with a Vietnamese person that has something like that, whether it's food or travel, something along those lines. But I gotta admit, this is the first one that has to do with the laws and the immigration. And I'm confident in knowing that the answers that Ken provided for all of you today are in line with the law and can help all of you a lot. But like I said, link down in the description. Make sure you subscribe to his YouTube channel as well to keep up to date to laws that might be changing and whatnot. Thank you all so much for watching the video. I appreciate all of you. Make sure you follow Phuc Mop on social media. And until next time, hang out, fly, and chúc mừng năm mới.